That should be enough. It actually might be kind of hard since I'm going so fast.
Okay. So, welcome back to the podcast. We watched episode... It's not an episode.
It's a skit.
What's the skit called?
Das Beats.
Ah, there we go. So, should I just do that again or just keep going?
Let's just keep rolling, man. This is raw. No condom. And that's staying.
Oh, man. I think we should just start the podcast. All right, Das Beats. What did you think? You weren't in this.
I wasn't. And I was going to ask
Do you remember why?
why I wasn't in it.
So you don't know why you weren't in it?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay. So, I do believe... Let me see.
Was I watching a movie?
No. So, let's see if you can remember this. See if we can play a little game. Alright. So, this is... We just finished on Here to Fix the Cable. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Then we hit Das Beats, and the next one's going to be Hot Girlfriend. All right?
Yeah.
Which you are in.
Yes.
Right? And the next one is The Band, which you're also in, I believe. Do you remember what used to go around either right before or right after Das Beats? I took the video off the channel. Well, I didn't take it off the channel. I just unlisted it. Maybe I'll relist it and we can review it.
Was it?
It was the news. It was like the newsroom. I think it's called.
Okay.
So you would just go on vacation. This is like the end of the year, or like
What, winter break?
Yeah, I think when it was winter break or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And you went on vacation, and so it was just me and Jack. And Jack and I figured we could just knock out 2 videos.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the news one, which was basically what we had come up with from I'm Here to Fix the Cable.
Yeah.
And then it basically was like 2 political guys who were running against each other. It got like 40 views when we released it, and after almost 10 years, it still only had like 40 views.
That's kind of impressive.
That's how bad it was.
Well, but how could people know that unless they
watched it?
Yeah.
Because like all of our other ones had like a bunch of views, and that one only had 40 for a continuously like long time. It just wasn't good, and it wasn't good because of like static shots. There was a lot of static shots. We couldn't move the camera very much because Jack and I were on camera at the same time. Basically, what we ran into the issue with when we first started filming. How you and I had trouble moving the camera.
Yeah.
To have the 2 of us on camera, so we ended up just doing a lot of static shots. And we didn't really rehearse the dialogue that much before we started shooting because, again, it was all improvised.
Yeah.
And so, with the heavily like improvisation part of it, and we just didn't have like the strongest thread with it. It wasn't very good, and so I really went back and forth of whether or not I should take it down, and I took it down. Maybe we can do a video about that, and I can go into like more detail about all that stuff. But so this one, Das Beats, was the second one that we did with
just you and Jack.
Just me and Jack. And on this one, we shot this, and then we shot a bunch of other like commercial type things too that I wanted to throw in, like because I wasn't sure exactly like what we were gonna do because we shot a bunch of footage for like random stuff.
Yeah.
And none of it made it into this one, so because this was the cleanest of just making it like just like a dance video.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Jack came up with the idea for this one.
I wouldn't be surprised by that because if I remember correctly, Jack did like to listen to like a lot of. Well, I don't want to say a lot of, but he was interested in more like electronic kind of house music type of stuff. Yeah. Which I know I wasn't into that at all.
And like part of this was too because like I've been using GarageBand in a lot of these, and so like I started like with the first band. I had a lot of fun just like building out like music, and I was started to write other like band songs.
Yeah.
And like building out like music to that too. So I was really interested in just like playing around with music, and so Jack I think came up with the initial idea of like let's just do these like 2 German dudes, who are just dancing. And we already had these weird costumes because like we'd figured we'd start like going to like Kmart where like the clothes are super cheap and like buying just like random props that we figured would be really fun for skits and stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we grabbed these weird clothes and the green shorts and threw it on and pretended to be German dudes. I think the funniest shot in this is the burners on the oven.
Yeah, that is probably my favorite part of the video too. I was gonna say, for some reason the title not for some reason, the title reminds me of the actual movie Das Boot, which is a famous German movie about like these guys in a submarine during World War II.
Yeah.
But I always thought it reminded me of Das Boot. But this is Das Beats.
It's Das Beats, man. Yeah, no, like I remember we were like we did the intro, right? And then we're like, how much dancing can we actually do? So we just like, let's just do like every like corner of our apartment at the time. And
really your apartment?
My apartment,
yeah.
And Trey's apartment.
Yeah.
And Trey was in the bedroom working on his one of his papers. And Cass was there, like helping him. Well, she wasn't helping him. I think they were in the same class, so they were like discussing the paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, Trey, Cass, do you guys mind if like you lie on the same bed and now me and Jack are just gonna dance next to you?" And Trey goes, "You have 2 minutes." And I was like, "Okay." And then we basically just like slammed the camera down on the tripod and just like shot for 2 minutes straight of us dancing around them. And so the one that made it into this episode was like the last one we did, because like on one of them I had me. I'm almost positive it was either me or me and Jack, but we were standing on the bed over them and just going like this really hard on top of both of them.
I'm surprised they went for that.
Yeah. It didn't look like great, like the dancing didn't work out, so I didn't use that one. I think Trey was disappointed that he allowed it, and then we didn't use it. But yeah, and then Cass was there, and Cass had been in the second episode of the band, which never came together.
Right.
And we used some of that footage in the Say No to Drugs episode.
Yeah.
But not the footage that she shot.
Yeah.
Just some of the footage that I was in.
I do remember.
Yeah. And we talked about how that just never came together because it just wasn't. We just couldn't work it out.
Yeah.
And then we came up with the idea to like help like cut to like other things was Jack punching me.
Yeah.
Continuously because I think he hits me twice. So we were like, oh, that'd be funny, and like we couldn't figure out how to like get from like shot to shot or like how to end it, so like just have him punch me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like this one was just like this one took longer, just way longer than we expected.
Well, they normally do.
Because like we do a shot and then hey, oh, my dog's on the table. Get down. Come on. Get down. Because we're not dancing to music.
Yeah.
Right? And so we don't know like the pacing, and then part of the problem was having me and Jack kind of like on the same beat to dance.
Yeah.
And at some point I was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's so stupid. It doesn't matter if we're not on the same, like, moments. Yeah. And then, what was it? Some of the dances just looked stupid. Like they just weren't funny.
Really?
Yeah. Some of them just weren't funny. Hey, down. Some of them just weren't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had to reshoot it, or it was just us two, and we didn't want to look at the camera too much. And I think that's why that's one of the reasons why we're wearing sunglasses, so I could kind of like glance at the monitor while we were dancing.
That's hilarious.
And just because like just to make sure like we were in frame, because like I thought a couple of the shots, Jack's a lot taller than I am.
Yeah.
And so his head kept getting cut off.
Yeah.
And so most of the night was just trying to figure out like different dances for each shot. I do love the bathroom dance.
The bathroom one's great too.
Yeah. Like the top down is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then just inside the bathroom thing is pretty funny. And so like it was just a funny thing, and I don't think anyone expected it from us. And I think you watched it and you're just like,
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm glad I was gone.
And then I got roped in.
Yeah, and then we did another one
later on.
That one. Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember that I was at home. I'm pretty sure I was just home chilling, and then I saw the notification on my YouTube channel, on my subscription box.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is this? Because I don't think you guys had told me.
No.
And then I just watched it and I was like, oh my god. And I think I just texted you like, dude, what the hell?
Hey man, I stand by it. I think it's hilarious, and I want to do another one. And we actually
wait, hold on.
Yeah, I don't have any cash, dude. I don't have any cash. Do you have cash?
I don't.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can't go get your fruta.
I don't have cash. Does Jen have cash?
Jen has like a couple of dollar bills, yeah, but those are for laundry.
Oh, but in coins, okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, they're actually dollar bills. We haven't turned them into coins yet.
Okay.
But those are restricted to be turned.
I'm aware.
You're not getting it.
I get it.
You know, if anything, it's on them for not having a little like card reader or like Venmo or something. Like you just Venmo them, you know.
Well, you know what? I'm not telling the man how to run his business.
Yeah. You want to explain to them, to the audience, what's happening right now?
Yes. I don't know if you guys heard it, but in the background there was a little horn honking, like not like a car horn.
It's like a clown horn.
Like just one of those regular like squeeze horns.
A bicycle horn.
Yeah. And there's a Mexican elotero guy that always passes through the neighborhood, and it's kind of late right now actually for him to be passing around. Usually it's around like 4 or 5, maybe 6. What time is it right now?
7:40.
Yeah, that's late. He's probably going home. But anyways, whenever I hear it, I always ask Ryan if he has money, because I usually don't. And the guy only takes cash to buy, a snow cone or an elote or something.
It's wild to me that people are still on only cash business, but I kind of understand it. Like you don't, no one can track the movement of cash. So,
well, actually, you were telling me that you can track the movement of cash with the serial number. Or something.
Yeah. But that's
because I was trying to think of like counterfeiting small bills and then just using those on small purchases. But you said that could still come back to you.
You can still come back to you.
And I was like, fuck.
Because
the only way that would work is if everybody kept using it with like only in cash, exchanges. Yes.
At some point it's gonna get caught, and then they can trace it to where it was scanned.
Yeah.
Last scanned. But like I guess the only way around that was if you got an actual plate that the U.S. Treasury mints money with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got your hands on that plate, then you could mint new money with new serial numbers. And they would never know it's counterfeit because it's actually cash, like that they actually make themselves, and not just like a fake. You know what I mean? Like it'd be real cash, but made outside of the U.S. Treasury.
I actually don't quite understand the plate thing. Like, what does the plate do?
Oh, it's basically the what's it called?
Like kind of like
an imprint. It's an imprint.
Yeah.
And they take the how they make money using like the paper and plastic type bit, right? And they put it over there and just it gets pressed onto it, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they make money.
Yeah, but this plate, like, can you rearrange the numbers?
Not like they don't have a different plate for every dollar bill.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, what, they rotate the numbers on the plate somehow?
Like that, yeah. I'm not quite sure about that, but I do know, like, if you have a plate and you press money onto that plate using how they make money,
But does the plate?
It'd be real money. Like it's still counterfeit because the U.S. Treasury is not making it, but it's still real.
I get what you're saying, but does this plate only do the number part, or does it do the whole bill?
Whole bill.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, like, if it's just a number that gets pressed in with the plate that matters, couldn't anybody just make that and then just press in the numbers, you know? But if it's the whole bill, then that's a whole other thing. I get that. Yeah, no, because I was contemplating how to
making counterfeit money.
Yeah, well, no, how to potentially get away with you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've Googled this extensively.
Yeah.
So I mean, I probably shouldn't counterfeit money now because of how Googled it's been. Because I used to read a bunch of books about like the FBI and Jack Reacher. You remember the TV show?
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it, but I'm aware that you watched it.
Watched the movie Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise.
Just the first one.
Well, the second one sucks.
Yeah, but I only watched the first
one.
But
the first one's really good. So in that story, which is the TV show is based on, I think, they are counterfeiting cash, and he like researched it, and then I was curious on like how like closely accurate it was, and it's like incredibly accurate of how you could counterfeit money. He collected actual like real money, like dollar bills and $5 bills, right? And then was able to use a chemical process to basically take the ink out of the dollar bill, and then using actual plates reprint them with 50s and 100s. And so they're like actually minted like dollar bills, like paper money made by the U.S. So those would be harder to trace. And
see, this is, I haven't watched the show, but this is where he messed up. He should have gone small. Go with like ones and fives.
But if you're collecting ones, then you already have the ones.
Okay, that's true. So just go one bill up. So like you get no higher than that. You got to make a little profit. You go from ones to fives. Now you increased your value by 5 times.
But there's
still many, small bills.
There's still so many $1 bills that you can get. You know.
Sure.
And like with an operation that big, you're not going to break even. You're just doing $5 bills.
I guess if I were behind this, right?
Yeah.
I would get all of my bills, and then I'd start calculating, like working on a formula to get the right proportion of bills that would still turn a profit, but arise the least amount of suspicion once they actually get into circulation.
Right.
So like, don't go too hard on the 100s and 50s, and prioritize on the 5s and 10s. I would probably think.
Yeah.
Assuming, of course, they aren't already 5s and 10s, because that would be pointless.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then how would you launder the money?
Well, you'd have to create a shell corporation to launder it, right?
Pay attention, guys.
Depending on how big the corporation, how much money you're bringing in. So if you did just like $5 bills, you wouldn't need to do a laundering corporation because you're not going to bring a lot of attention. You're not going to go buy a flat screen TV with just 5s.
Yeah.
That looks suspicious, right? So you would just, if you were spending the 5s, you would do cash operation business only. Like you'd pay the cart guy.
Yeah.
With the $5 bill, right? Because he's not going to check it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why when you asked him if he can break 100, he just laughed at you.
Yeah.
Right.
I did that once.
Yeah, because that's real counterfeiting. You know.
Yeah, I get it. Like it's a big risky move.
Yeah.
For more reasons than one, but yes, I understand.
Yeah. So what you would have, if you're doing 5s, you would just do like vending machines.
Yeah.
You would do cash businesses that don't check because they're $5 bills, so you should get away with them. If you were doing like the larger bills, like hundreds, and you're doing like thousands of dollars, like of income, and you wanted to use it and spend it like on like large purchases, you would basically have to. Well, you could do a number of ways. One, you could buy art.
Yeah.
Which is what the rich people do anyways.
Yeah.
And they use that not to launder money. Well, some to launder money, but basically to avoid paying taxes.
Yeah.
So they buy art for that. You could buy art and then launder the money through that way. You could do
Welcome to our house.
Yeah.
Our house is also a dance club. Das Beats.
Das Beats.
Listen to these sick beats we made.
So then you could do like a cryptocurrency or NFT now, but you could also do a company where like you sell cars. So like you buy a used car with real cash, or even counterfeit, but real cash would be better. Then you fix the car up with real cash, and then you sell that car by like having a friend come in and buying the car from you.
Yeah.
But then you would give him the fake cash to give to you. So then it looks like you have an actual like legitimate reason for having an extra bit of cash.
But if they're really onto you, couldn't they start to like trace that friend's money and see?
Yeah. No, they definitely could. Yeah. So like it's hard to counterfeit. So like you could do a casino. But they do check $100 bills. Yeah. So like you'd want to go with
the smaller bills
to gamble there, and then so you would get chips and you could cash out right away. But that looks suspicious if you do that more than like once. Yeah. Or even if you do it once, it looks really suspicious. So you'd have to play and lose some money. Yeah. And then you can cash out.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would be. What I honestly see myself using the money for is like just when I go out to eat, like just pay the restaurant with like $20. And like maybe a legit bill to throw people off.
The tip's real.
The tip is real.
That'd be a really funny like skit of like this guy. He only wants to like fuck over corporations, but like the people, like he'll pay them real money.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Like I remember when I was in 7th grade, and now this has turned into a how to launder money and like counterfeiting instead of
I'm okay with
dancing.
that. I'm okay with that.
But in not in 5th grade, I was in 7th or 8th grade, and I just was interested if you could get away with it. So I like actually just printed like $1 and $5 bills.
Did you at least make it double-sided?
Not the first round.
I got better.
Over time. But it was just paper, right?
Yeah,
so like you could tell it was fake.
Yeah, but even that I think.
But I didn't try and pass it off to anyone.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how it felt, and I was like, oh, this is obviously fake. So then I started trying to print like double-sided. And you know how hard that is? Like using normal, like I had to line it up exactly on like in Microsoft Word. Yeah. To like get it, and so I printed it, and then I got it, and then because at first I started like cutting them out and then gluing them together. And then the edges, like some of the edges would be off because I couldn't cut straight, and like the glue was like it's really thick. So then I was able to finally get it double-sided, and then it still felt like paper. Dino, off the table! Come on, I'm trying to talk. This is you're ruining the podcast. You're ruining the podcast.
And so, anyways, you try to glue that shit together.
No. I finally figured out how to like print it perfectly, right? But I was only doing like small bills. Like I only had access to like $1 and $5 bills, right? So then I was like, okay, how do I make?
You only had access. Didn't you have the internet? How are you doing this?
Taking real money.
Oh!
Photocopying the money.
Oh! I thought what you were doing was like
going to images.
Yeah, going to images, putting them like on a Word doc, and then lining it up on the same exact.
That probably would have been easier.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, it would have been annoying. But then I imagine if you counted the pixels or whatever, zoomed in close enough, you could just line that up.
No, dude, I didn't even think of that. I was actually like photocopying like actual money.
Okay, so anyway.
And so I had braces. It was 8th grade, so I had braces, and I had like this like wax to like put on the brace, so like you would stop like cutting into your gums. So I took the wax, and I like rubbed it up into the paper, and like I heated the wax up, and I rubbed it into the paper.
What the hell?
And I got it real crumply, and then I like smoothed it out, and then like flattened it and ironed the wax into it. Yeah. And it felt pretty real after that. Okay. So my next step was to use it. So I was like, okay, I'm obviously not gonna like get caught with people doing this, right? Yeah. What I will do is you go to vending machines and use it in the vending machines. Okay. So I went to the school vending machines and used it, and it didn't work. Oh. I was so disappointed. It's like, you know how many like days of like work this took to make the money? And I took the money, but not like it just like ate it just ate it, and like nothing happened. Like
it like has a slot to shred it already.
Right. And I was pressing buttons and nothing happened. So it didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. But I was able to like trick a couple of friends of like thinking it was real money. And then they're like, after like examining it for like a few minutes, like this, I don't think this is real. And they're Ryan, where did you get this? It's like, oh, I made it.
Were they impressed?
Yeah. A couple of them were. A couple of them were kind of like,
this is pretty good for like a 13-year-old making counterfeit shit.
And then my mom found the money and got angry, and that was the end of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can.
Because it's illegal to do that.
Yeah, I'm aware, dude.
But like to pass it off as real money is illegal.
Yeah. But to have fun with it, is that illegal?
Right. Actually, you're not allowed to print anything that looks like real money.
I know that.
So, like, you can do one-sided because it's clearly not money. But to do double-sided and then have it be the same size as money, it's illegal. Like, movie money isn't... I don't think it's the same size as, like, real money.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's why fake money always looks super fake. It's because you're not allowed to print, like, legitimate tendered money.
On screen?
Anywhere. For anything.
No, but you're saying that's why it looks fake in the movies and stuff?
Generally, yeah.
I've usually never thought it's fake.
No, I'm talking about like when you're buying like in like stores and stuff that has fake money. Like it's legitimately fake. Like in movies, a lot of be like a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger than actual bills.
What are you talking about though?
Like in movies, like prop money.
No. But you just said in stores
Yeah, if you go to a store, and you want to try and buy like fake money or like stuff like that. Like it's like toy money or like prop money.
Like Monopoly shit?
Monopoly stuff, like the 99-cent store usually sells like fake dollar bills. They're always they look like a real dollar bill but a lot smaller.
What do you do with it?
When you're a kid, you play like fake like grocery store or something, dude, or a bank robber.
Or a bank robber.
We would play with my brothers. Like we would get the cash and you run in, rob the bank and run out, and then you get caught. You get chased down by the cops. And we'd play with airsoft guns, and you would get chased down, and we would shoot each other with airsoft guns.
Your mom was cool with that?
It was until it went too far.
Dude, I actually think airsoft guns can be pretty dangerous.
Dude, you know how incredibly dangerous it was?
They're super. Because I remember one time I got. And they hurt, man.
They hurt so
They
bad.
hurt a lot.
Especially if you get like a good gun.
Yeah. I remember one time my cousin and I were shooting each other, running around his house, shooting each other with BB. Well, not BBs, but airsoft pellets or whatever they called. And yeah, dude, I shot him and I got him like right here, right on the eyebrow, and I was like, dude, I remember thinking as a kid, I was like, if that was just a little lower, like.
Become blind.
Or like seriously damaged his eye. Like it would have literally gone into the eye, and then that's when I thought this is dangerous.
Well, my mom made us play with goggles.
That's smart.
So we had like sunglass like type.
But even
goggles.
then, like if it hits you in the fucking lip or something.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you do. Yeah. I didn't think I was like I don't want to wear goggles and play, you know. And I was like we're not gonna get hit in the eye.
Dude, that's the only way to play.
Yeah, but then when I got into my we were like 18, we were playing with the cross country team. We were doing the airsoft. We got there and then we should start shooting at each other, and I'm like, it's kind of dangerous. Like, what if one of our eye gets poked up? Like, it's like a thought that went through my head, but I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, I know.
And then now that I'm in my late 20s and I'm seeing kids like play with airsoft guns, I'm like, everyone's wearing goggles, right? Like, you should be wearing masks because you get hit in the face. And I'm like, this is so dangerous, you know?
It is dangerous, dude. Dude, I remember one time my cousin shot me at pretty close range on my back, like my lower back. Dude, that hurts so bad. Like, I actually started crying.
Dude, you know what hurts like a mother is paintball. Dude,
I've actually never played paintball.
Oh, dude, I went paintballing with my cousins, and like I thought it was just gonna be me and my cousins, but it's like anyone who shows up.
Yeah.
And so there's like grown ass men, and I'm like 13, 14 max at this point. Right?
It's funny because in every sitcom they have like a paintball episode where the old guys just have no mercy on the kids and just like destroy them.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Cause this was like a military base. So because my cousin was in the military, and so there's military guys there who are just like lighting us up. And I have to work. I couldn't wear glasses inside the goggle visors because I can't see anything, and I'm wearing like clothes that are too big for me, and like a vest, and they just keep shooting my goddamn fingers. So like my fingers are full of welts, and I started crying. I didn't want to play anymore. Like I wanted to play, but I couldn't keep up with these guys. Who I would walk in, they would shoot me, and I'd be dead for the rest of the game. And I just had to like walk out. It was horrible. It was one of the worst experiences I've had in my life. I just remember being in so much pain.
You wear like a mask and goggle and stuff?
Yeah, you have to wear a full face like visor.
Well, that makes sense. But can't you get blinded if they hit you in the visor?
Yeah, you can't see anything, so you gotta wipe it off.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't see anything anyways because
you didn't have glasses. Yeah,
I couldn't wear my glasses.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was awful.
I've never been paintballing, but I always thought it would be fun.
It's super fun. We should go. I'd love to shoot you, dude.
Dude.
Because we have fun with like not airsoft, Nerf guns. It's kind of fun.
When did we do Nerf guns? Oh, that's right. During the pandemic.
During the pandemic, yeah, we just shot each other with Nerf guns.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember wishing with that was like, damn, I wish this place was bigger and more obstacle like.
Yeah. It's like laser tag is always fun, you know.
Did we go to laser tag one time together?
It might have been when you were living with me and we went with Troy.
That sounds right. That sounds exactly right. So yes.
Yeah. So let's get back to the podcast. I think the only last thing that I have to say about it, other than like how much fun I have doing it, but also like how awkward it is just to dance to nothing and just hope that it lines up right, was like when I was editing it, I had to find all the music.
Why didn't you find it beforehand?
Cool.
Yeah, I know you still can't, or you can't necessarily.
I could find the music, but then I'd have to play the music. And
Yeah,
that would make it even harder because because then I have a beat in my head. You know what I mean? And then like it might not even match up to what's happening with the actual music.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you did have the music already in line before, then and you guys listened to it like a couple of times and got it in your head, then maybe you could like start it off and then just like start your dancing, and maybe you could.
You know what? Where were you when we were filming this? Not there.
I was at home.
It's obviously this.
I was at home.
It's not how you do it, bro. It's not how I did it. Okay, and that might work. You know what?
It could work.
If we do another DOS Beats, you can come up with that idea.
Well, actually, we did do another DOS Beats, and you didn't.
Well, we did. I did a third one.
But in the second one, there was a third one.
I never edited it.
Oh, okay. So in the second one, I don't think we did that either, right?
No, we just danced and I made the music afterwards.
All right, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's hard because I have to go through music libraries and find songs that sound good, and then
steal them.
No, I don't steal them. Basically, what my point was of this whole thing before you got me distracted with your stupid ideas.
What stupid ideas?
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. I'm just gonna talk. It was basically it was just GarageBand. I just went through GarageBand and found songs that like lined up with it. iMovie had like certain beats in there already, and so but basically I was just using GarageBand, and I just like found a bunch of things that sounded cool, and then I just like would plug it in, see how it worked.
Yeah.
And then like once I found songs that worked, I just started like cutting to it, and then yeah, and that's basically all I had to say about that. It's just GarageBand. GarageBand's super awesome.
GarageBand.
Yeah, and then people started using like all the music in it, so it just got real repetitive. Like when I hear other people's videos now, I just hear all the music that I was using, and I was like, I get why like there's like curated songs now for like subscription based stuff to like get like individualized music. It's not even individualized. Just if you have a subscription, you can use that now. But like when you put a paywall behind something, then it becomes more exclusive. You know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it would probably be easier if we did your idea, but then I don't.
Well, I forgot that you still had to go and basically make the song. I thought you were just looking for a song.
No.
Okay.
Like I'd find like certain beats and then like I would combine them and add them and like do that, and like that's what really gave me like the ideas for
the band.
The band is like just making like stuff like this, and then but like I guess if we did your idea, that would make it I guess slightly easier on when editing, because then the music would already be selected.
Yeah.
But that's really just like taking the work of during editing and just like front loading it in pre-production. So now I have a pre-production like workload of finding songs to dance to. Although that would still make it slightly easier, because then I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to force it to like work. I wouldn't like if I found a really good song, but like just like the movements weren't working with it, then I couldn't use that song, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if I did find the music beforehand and then we just danced to that song, then it would work.
Yeah. Well, just an idea, but I get it.
And I guess I could play the songs too, because we for the most part we ripped all the audio out when we were doing it.
Right.
But like in some like especially in the second one, we have me speaking at some points.
that was the other thing, that because I was like, yeah, you do say a few things here and there, and so if you had the music playing, that would
you could hear the music.
You would, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That could mess it up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I think that's the podcast.
Yep.